Here's a guide for everything you need to know about the anniversary event in Lord of the Rings Online. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I do certainly believe that this event is pretty massive on how much you have to get done, and it can be very tedious in the short amount of time that you have. But there isn't that much to do overall. It's not like you have a big quantity of stuff to do. It's just the accuracy of how you have to do certain things in this quest, mainly because of something that you find within the party tree, which I'll go into in a bit. Before I tell you all that you need to know about the anniversary event, make sure you hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel so much. I would greatly appreciate it. So just going over what the general guide is posted on LOTRO.com. They do have a section where they go over a guide on where you can find everything for the anniversary event. I'm just going to go through that because I do feel like this is a pretty condensed version of everything, and I do think that this is pretty accurate with everything. So if you go to this article and it says, where is the anniversary event? All of the locations are listed here that you'll need to go to. Definitely check out the party tree, and I would say Bree is kind of like the bigger areas or places that you'll probably visit more often due to how many quests are around. There are things to do in Thorin's Hall and the festival arena over there, the Methil stage, and the Shire. There is one quest over there as well. And the horse races, obviously, you'll always have the horse races that you can do in the Shire and in Bree for any sort of festivals or some events going on throughout the year. Going towards the party tree, and as it says, where should you go first? Well, go to the party tree. Yeah, that would be my recommendation as well, because that is where you will find your like dailies for the anniversary event. So you'll meet Waldo, the Hobbit. He'll have some quests for you to get started. The quests are labeled as such here about the anniversary adventures, and you will have to have 9 days worth of daily participation quests to do, so make sure you plan accordingly. Typically the event normally lasts for about 3, maybe sometimes 4 weeks, but typically 3 weeks for the anniversary event. It's crazy we're at 18 years, but you know, it's great to see, really. One thing that I really want to talk about, and something that I guess really overwhelms people and is kind of confusing if you ask me, something that you're gonna pick up from the party tree is the anniversary scavenger hunt quests. Now, these are otherwise known as wrapper quests, where these are sort of like your main story quests for the anniversary event. That's how I look at them. So you'll start with year 1, it goes all the way up to year 11. But for year 1, it essentially will have you go back and revisit places, some potential instances or even skirmishes, and just overall visit other individuals or even creatures that you might have met throughout your journey through playing this game and doing the main story quests and some other side quests as well. So what I mean by this is that, as it says here, the anniversary scavenger hunt is a fun way to look back at the game's history when visiting or revisiting some of the greatest locations. You will go everywhere, like everywhere, to like the most annoying places you ever had to go to in the game, to the most easiest, more casual areas that you probably never even realized had other little like secret hidden things to them. You are probably going to go to those locations during the anniversary event. It is so time consuming, and it's not really worth a lot of anniversary tokens, if I'm being honest. But there is a massive like deed associated with completing these wrapper quests or the scavenger hunt quests for you. So definitely take a look at them. I know some of the big deeds also have dyes. Some of them have a cosmetic pet you can get, or a few actually. So there are definitely nice prizes to them, but it will take you hours to get through some of this stuff. And it goes year 1. There are typically about 3 scavenger hunt like themes or categories that you'll have to complete. And then year 2, same thing. Year 3, same thing, all the way to year 11. So typically you're probably going to have about 33 quests, 33 total quests for just one of the scavenger hunt cards. There's also a separate one that is geared towards area door only that you can also complete, which is about like, you know, it's a good chunk of quests as well. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is you'll have about 50 plus quests to complete just based off of these for the total time of the anniversary event, but it will take you hours to get to some of these places, to revisit some of these things, to unlock the ability to even have access to some of the instances, which can be very overwhelming. But one thing I do want to specify, and what I am going to read here, is that there are 2 sets of scavenger hunt cards. Let me explain. So there's an Eriador set, or there's just the regular, is what I'm going to call it, scavenger hunt card. So the difference between the Eriador version and the regular version is pretty much Eriador is meant for lower level characters. And by that, I mean, if you're at level 50, you're probably a good candidate to do the Eriador quests. And then the regular your scavenger hunt ones are pretty much going over main quests or even side quests, or even going through instances or skirmishes that you have to go through probably until you get to the Mordor expansion. If you're about level 110 or so, you can probably complete the regular scavenger hunt card with not many issues at all. So if you're like level 50, pick the Eriador cards. If you're like level 110, you can do both Eriador and the regular ones, but just know that the regular ones are probably going to be geared more towards like the higher level areas. Like you'll have to go to Gondor at some point, and you'll definitely go to certain areas or speak to certain people within those regions. So keep that in mind. But I don't think it's super clear when you pick it up. There's an Eriador version and like a regular version. The Eriador version will have Eriador scavenger hunt year blah 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 on it. The regular one will just say scavenger hunt year 1. Just keep an eye out. Eriador for level 50s. The other one, the regular one, is for like level 110, is kind of what I'm going with here. There are 3 main scavenger hunt cards that you will have to choose from each year. There's the tales that are meant for any level to experience the event by traveling and speaking with important characters and get your /emotes ready. So this actually you can pretty much do no matter what level you are. You're gonna have to seek out people and find people within Middle Earth, and yeah, you might have to like emote on them at some point, or you just maybe just have to find them. But this one is pretty much meant for anybody, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's really not like, you're not gonna get many rewards from just doing the tales. You pretty much have to do tales, travels, and trifles for each year in order to get some of the bigger rewards. So I honestly wouldn't waste my time too much if all you can do is the tales. That's why I say if you're level 50, then do the Eriador cards, because you can get some of those like big meta deeds done, which will give you better rewards. And then same thing with like if you're level 110 or so, or at least up to the Mordor expansion, that's sort of where I would allow you to go back and work on the scavenger hunt cards. Because if you're just going to go through tales, like you're not going to get anything from that really. It's not worth running around trying to go in some high level zones just to find one other person to talk to. And kind of spoilers is another issue. Like some people don't want to go in certain areas that they haven't been to just to find someone and possibly have something spoiled for them. So I just wouldn't even focus on it if I were you. Travels, this is a scavenger hunt card that allows you to visit places in Middle Earth. This will essentially take you all the way through different regions, visit some landmarks that you may or may not already have on your map, and just essentially enjoy the views. And Trifles, this is the hardest of all of them because this actually allows you to go back and face certain foes, whether that be in the landscape, whether that be in a skirmish, or even in an instance. And you might not have that instance unlocked. You probably don't, which is what I've realized. And if you don't have the instances unlocked, you're gonna have to go through and do a lot of different quests to get it unlocked. So keep that in mind too. If you're not able to complete things or you're confused on where to find things, chances are you probably haven't done the quest line to unlock them, which you're gonna have to consult LOTRO Wiki for, which I'll show you in a moment. The scavenger hunt will actually remember the years that you left off on. So if you did some last year, it'll pick up like what you've worked on for this year. So it'll keep you at wherever you left off at. So for me, I got all the way up to year 11, but I missed one of the scavenger hunt cards there for year 11. So it actually remembered that from last year and I was able to complete that and get all of the meta deed done. So it's good because you don't have to constantly like, you know, worry about, oh my God, I have to go through all the cards again. Like, no, it's not like that. This hunt will take you across the game world, so knowledge of the game's locations and points of interest will definitely help. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna need the LOTRO Wiki. I don't think there is a single scavenger hunt card I was able to get through without using LOTRO Wiki. Oh, and they have community guides just in case you need more assistance. Yeah, check those out too, because I'm sure, like, you know, there's some good creators who put them together. Yeah, like Fibro Jedi. Yeah, check that out too. Another thing to kind of keep a lookout for is that there are some small little quests or things that you can kind of take part in with the event each day, which include going to like the Methyl stage and the Shire. You can set off like a boatload of fireworks. This is a group activity though, and you will have to kind of work together to have the best performance and hopefully get a few tokens that way. And then, of course, you can also go to Bree, where you're able to set off fireworks in the evening, where they're, you know, shiny bright as always, and then that'll allow you to kind of go through step by step, and you have to kind of follow instructions on which fireworks to launch based on what the announcers say, and so you're able to get some tokens that way as well. Thornsgate has a whole like keg pushing, almost like the shrew stomping event in the spring festival, or almost like the snowball event in the Yuletide Winter Festival. It's pretty much the same thing here. This event is all about thumping people with kegs though. It's kind of funny. It is pretty brutal though. It's not so much about having that much luck, or at least like just like button spamming. You pretty much have to be a little bit like tactical on what you're going for and just hope that no one's gonna hit you like twice and then totally knock you out of bounds. Because if you go out of bounds, depending on which level you have, or I guess what quest difficulty you have for the event, could potentially make you fail the quest, which we don't want. So just keep that in mind for that. It's a fun little thing to do. And yeah, it's just overall a good time. Something else that you can do to get more anniversary tokens is the seasonal instance, which is called a flurry of fireworks. You can find this in your instance finder, or if you do Control F, it'll allow you to pop up this seasonal quests or anniversary instances in this point, and that you'll go kind of through a little storyline of some enemies that you'll have to face. This is based, you know, on your level. It depends on whatever level you are on what the skirmish will be, but it allows you to slay a few foes, get a few more seasonal instance tokens too, which are pretty good to get. And yeah, you just get to go through that and make sure you do that daily, and then it'll reset for the next time so you could get those tokens again. And then, of course, what do you get from the anniversary event? You could get a lot of different things. I would definitely just tell you to go to Bree. In Bree, you'll find the Game Masters, and you'll also find the Horse Traders. So you'll get to see all of the cool mounts that you can get. You can get previous rewards there as well. There are different cosmetic pets, different cosmetic outfits, even housing decorations you can get. I actually do have a short that I will link for you guys, but that shows off the newer items that I personally really liked this year. So you can kind of go through the list and check those out. Oh yeah, and here's a little teaser on what all they have. I definitely like the cub. I think everybody enjoyed the cub this year because it has a little chef's hat. It's so cute. So now I am on LOTRO Wiki. This, I just want to go through and show you where you can consult where some of the locations are, or where some of the people that are looking for in the scavenger hunt quest could be found. So if you go into LOTRO Wiki and you type in anniversary event, you'll get this long page about the anniversary celebration. It'll tell you so much, like the rewards, how long it's going to, which this year it's going to go till May 12th, and then of course where you can find some of the quests, any of the anniversary years. So depending on your account age, you do get a gift, which is really nice, so it'll show off what those gifts are. But where you'll want to come down to is under the quest section, the anniversary scavenger hunt quests. So for the scavenger hunt quest, I would definitely recommend you check out the area door section and do that. You can definitely do up to 3 different categories. Like we mentioned, we can do tales, travels, or trifles. Which tales, you're visiting people, travels, you're visiting places, trifles, you're visiting old foes that you might have to take out. Now, something that I did mention about this as well is that with trifles, for example, once we open this up, you'll have pretty much like a boatload of people to visit. So yeah, so here you have to visit a few different people within Bree, just anywhere. This is the area door one, so it's actually smaller compared to the year one, which I will show you real quick. This is the regular, okay, the regular scavenger hunt year one, which this one will take you to not only the same people that were listed in the area door one, but even further because they just, you know, believe that you're a higher level, so you're able to do them. So in area door, you will have a shorter list primarily compared to the regular year one, and pretty much in order to get access to some of the year one foes, you need to do bounties, which these are repeatable, so it's not a biggie, but you have to be level 60 in order to get the bounties. So like, if you're level 50, do the area door scavenger quests. If you're past level 50, 110 preferably, you can start working on just the regular anniversary scavenger hunt quests. I will mention with the reflections quests, primarily these ones, these will require you to visit people probably in instances, or just reflect on doing past instances as well. So you'll have to go to a reflection pool based on wherever region this instance primarily takes place in. So there are a few listed here that you'll have to work on and complete. I'll just take the Evendim ones for example. There are Evendim ones that you'll have to work through, but you'll have to access it through the Evendim reflecting pool. If for whatever reason you do not see in the reflecting pool either of these three instances, so a formal complaint, the Tomb of Elendil, or the Twisted Heart, that means you did not complete the quest chain for it. If you did not complete the quest chain for it, congratulations, you now have a whole thing of quest chain, like quests to get through, which can take forever. It feels anyway. I know for me, on one of my characters, I did not do the Tomb of Elendil, and it literally meant I had to go do 18 different quests in Evendim. It might be a little more or a little less than 18, I'm just making it up, but I had to do a lot of different quests in Evendim and run all over the place just so I can get access to the instance to do it. So that's where I would consult LOTRO Wiki, because otherwise you're kind of going in blind and you don't know where you're headed. Another thing to note is that when you do the area door and the regular scavenger hunt quests, make sure you're turning into Waldo if you're doing the regular ones, or his niece, who's right next to the party tree. Waldo's at a table, his niece is right next to the party tree, closer to the stage. But if you go to her, she will be your turn-in person for the area door quests scavenger hunt. So if you do them, if you get one card done, she should give you a reward, and that should be able to unlock year 2 for you, if I'm not mistaken. So if you complete an area door year 1 card, go turn it in to Waldo's niece, and then after you turn into his niece, go and click on one of the scrolls again, and then at that point you should have year 2 for area door pop up, so then that way you can keep progressing and go through those. You'll always have to revisit the party tree kind of once you get a card or so done. Make sure you keep going till the party tree turn in, and then you should have access to the next set. Now, if you're doing year 1, just the regular one, and the area door one concurrently, you might run into a few different, I guess, issues. I definitely have. So you might get a little further on one, and you might be a little further back on the other. Just kind of keep working through all of the scavenger hunt cards at your own pace. Don't be stressed out. It can be so stressful, I understand. Just make sure you're going through at least each year, doing all of the cards that you possibly can, and then maybe once you've got everything gathered, I would then go back to the party tree then, like once you've got a whole year sorted. So if I get like all of my stuff in area door like year 1 sorted, I'm probably then gonna go in, turn into the party tree, and then pick up all of my year 2, just because it's easier, and that way you're not always constantly going back and forth and like getting all of these different years and you're just like, I don't even know where I'm at. Just do it year by year. That's my best advice for anybody. I hope that this guide kind of gave you at least a little bit of information or knowledge regarding the anniversary event. If you do have any questions though, do not hesitate to comment. I will be checking out the comments for this if I need to clarify on anything for you guys, because I know it's been a little bit chaotic. I really didn't expect to make this guide video, but I saw so many people who are like, I don't even know what's going on, and I felt the same way, and it took me a lot of years to kind of like, you know, get my own brain around it. So I hope this gives some clarification. Let me know what you think down in the comments, like I mentioned. And of course, you better stay weird. You weird weirdos.